Hey everybody, thank you for joining this morning. This is Joey from Boomtown. I'm just going to give it about another minute. It just seems like a lot of people are trickling in right now. So just give me one moment and we'll get started here. All right. Looks like we're good to go. So thank you guys for joining this morning. We're going to try to keep the webinar pretty quick. I know we want to get you back to your day and selling, but we got some exciting news. Poynt and ZeroPay have come together with TPG Phoenix Group and put out a promotion on the Poynt 5. And so I'm going to go over some updates today, and then we're going to go into that promotion in a little bit more detail. But you should see my screen. It says Poynt 5 seminar, and then the February 13th. These webinars, these are meant for updates, meant for having us host third-party guests, third-party apps. If your team needs a sales training, if your team needs training on any of the other third-party applications, feel free to reach out to us. We can definitely help, and we can do a native training on the Poynt terminal, the Poynt .net, which is basically the merchant hub. We can also do another operations training if you're a direct reseller with Boomtown and you are using the Poynt Mission Control. And then, let us know if we can do a training with your team or individuals, obviously, to get them better at selling Poynt. Here's a quick agenda. Again, we're going to go over a few reminders, updates, and then we're going to have ZeroPay and Poynt 5. We're going to go over the promotion that we've done with TPG Phoenix Group. Feel free to ask questions throughout the webinar. I have the ability to answer those questions. You're all on mute, but I do have some guests who will help out with those questions today. I have Krista from ZeroPay, and then I also have Doug Berman from Poynt. And before I do a quick introduction of Doug, all of our content recording this deck will be emailed out to everybody after the webinar. Probably takes a few days for our marketing to put together, but it will be in the Sales Hub. When you go to the Sales Hub, it has third-party app information. It has one-pagers. It has a lot of collateral on third-party apps. So feel free to go in there and get what you need to obviously sell Poynt. If you feel there's something missing, definitely reach out to me and let us know what we can help with. But again, this deck, this recording, everything will be sent out to all the resellers and all the register attendees of this event. But before I go into any updates, Doug, do you mind just giving us a quick introduction of yourself? I'm really excited to have you on our channel. You've definitely helped with a lot of sales in the past month and few months, I should say, in getting these these resellers up to date on Poynt products and getting them accelerating their sales.
Yeah, hey everyone, and thanks, Joey. And again, we appreciate the relationship that Poynt has with Boomtown, and specifically you as well, as you support the partners in the ISO channel with support and with the Poynt product. So we appreciate your relationship and our relationship in working together. Just a real quick backgrounder on me. I am relatively new to Poynt, started back on November 1, and prior to that, I worked 11 years with Radiant Systems, which then got bought by NCR. And specifically for the last 5.5 years, I basically started the NCR Silver channel for selling the silver product through ISOs and channel partners. And so what's interesting, I knew that I would work with a lot of the the partners and ISO reps that I did during the NCR days, and so that has certainly rang true. And I look forward to continuing to meet new folks and work with some of the old folks as well. And I look forward to it. And we'll look forward to this new Poynt product that we've got coming up in this promo. So look forward to that. And Krista, thank you also for joining as well. Back to you, Joey.
Yeah, thank you, Doug. And just again for the channel, since Doug's joined, it's been a huge help. He put together and kind of drove this promotion with the ZeroPay team, and he's been nothing but helpful. So again, if you feel like you're not getting what you need to sell Poynt, reach out to myself and we'll get Doug involved, and we'll make sure that your team has the collateral, make sure that you have really what you need to get going. And then we want to reward people on their on their sales. So if you're selling a lot, and we've seen, especially this last month, we saw a lot of sales from a lot of the different resellers on Poynt 5. The more you sell, the more we're going to reward you. So again, let's make this a team effort and let us know what we can do to help. So I'm going to dive into some updates on Poynt. There's a new native inventory management tool. I talked about this in one of our webinars in, I believe, November. And then there's a store forward offline payments feature. If you need any of these features right away, you can send me your merchant information, and then we basically just send them a DocuSign for them to sign. It is a pilot, so it works. We have a bunch of merchants using it. I don't want the word pilot to scare you, but again, typically with any kind of new features that are dealing with payments, they do have to have, some type of pilot period before they can just release it to the whole channel. So these features are available. Reach out to me, send me the information, and then we'll get those features up and running. We do have a lot of merchants already using it, and it seems to be going well. But obviously some great native tools and features to help your merchants. The native inventory tool, what that's going to do is actually not just show you how many you sold, but how many items you have left in your inventory stock. And then the store forward offline payments, the goal there is obviously, so if a merchant doesn't have Wi-Fi or doesn't have 3G capabilities, they have the ability to take payments offline and still be EMV. And we have different ways of going about that. So feel free to reach out to pointsales@goboomtown.com and we can tell you more. I still get a lot of questions about the Aloha Micros Dinerware integration. Boomtown does help with the implementation and the support for eThor, but we are not the salespeople for eThor. So reach out to Byron Blair. He's great. He'll jump on your sales calls with you. He will actually help you sell to the legacy merchants. The way that eThor works is it does make the Poynt terminal a pay-at-the-table solution and the EMV solution for all those legacy products, Aloha Micros Dinerware. They work with a lot of different versions, but he's going to have all the details. He's going to have the pricing. He's going to have really what you need, the collateral to get moving. So if you have questions, you can always send them to me, but I probably will always loop in Byron when it comes to a Micros, Aloha, or Dinerware integration. So feel free to reach out to Byron. Again, you'll get this deck after. Also, a reminder that it seems that a lot of our resellers don't know about this, but all of your merchants get access to Connect by Boomtown, where basically it's a button that they can click and they can get 24/7 chat and video support right through the terminal. If your merchant doesn't have the Connect application, that's completely fine. Just send us or say, hey, can you send it to all of our merchants, or hey, send it to these merchants, and then we'll have our success team drop that application onto their terminal. But just another way for your merchants to get 24/7 support. Your merchants can also always text. They can always SMS, text on their phone, help to 22666, and that's going to give them 24/7 support as well. So there's just two different options that are, obviously they help with the digital age and can get them instant support. I'm really excited about this. OpConnect has reached out and they do a bunch of 3G SIM card plans for smart terminals. And so they have the ability to do a micro SIM card for the Poynt terminal. They have really good plans, no activation fee, one low flat, monthly fee. They work with resellers. They're built for this. So definitely reach out to us if you want to get involved or you have any questions about this program. I have Stefan's information. I'm going to actually have him join our webinar join our webinar in March. But a great, easy solution now that you don't have to go tell a merchant, hey, go talk to AT&T or go do this on your own. He can help you build a SIM card cellular plan for all the 3G Poynt terminals. So definitely reach out to Stefan if you have questions. Again, I'm going to have him join our webinar next, basically in March, and I want him to go through the whole program and go through a little bit more details, but you can reach out to him now. I've already made a few introductions and seems things are working really well for that. So another just great value add, for our channel, the ability to keep selling and not have to worry about things maybe you're not experts at, like the, SIM cards and a 3G network. All right, so let's get into what we came for, the 0.5 and zero pay promotion. Really excited about this. We basically put our heads together, and TPG Phoenix Group, the hardware company, was kind enough to give a promotion on the hardware and the new hardware sleeves. And then obviously the zero pay team has chipped in, and they want to give a promotion on the cash discount application. We'll go through some details of the cash discount application again today, how that works. It's been very successful, and we were really excited to see how many downloads we're getting and how many merchants are actually using it. So we'll go over that again in detail like we did in the last webinar in January. But basically the 0.5, just as you know, is the handheld terminal. It's the one that does not have the dual screen, does not have a printer. It is about half the price. Again, always get your pricing from TPG Phoenix Group for hardware. But there's these sleeves on the right side. One's an extended battery on the far right. and you basically put the 0.5 in there, and it's going to keep the battery life, I think, past 8 hours. The other one is a printer. So you can put it into that sleeve, and it actually has a printer. So if the merchant doesn't want to pay for a full dual screen or wants to have a bunch of 0.5 and maybe a few printer accessories, they have the ability to do that with the new accessories that are going to be available at PPG Phoenix Group. So here's one of the first promotions, basically an instant rebate on 0.5 hardware. So if you purchase 0.5 terminals from PPG Phoenix Group between now and March 31st, you will receive an instant rebate of $20 per terminal. So that's pretty awesome. So $20 off basically right away for any 0.5 hardware that you receive, again, from PPG Phoenix Group. If you do not have a relationship with them, please let us know. I believe, and Doug, feel free to chime in here. I believe that it's available on TSYS right now, the 0.5, and you guys are working on WorldPay. Is that correct?
That's correct. So TSYS for sure today, and we're working through certification finalization with WorldPay as well. No ETA on that, but certainly by the end of this quarter or beginning of next quarter, we look to have that done.
Yeah, but it sounds like, from what I know, a lot of our WorldPay ISOs and ISOs in the Boomtown channel have the ability to do on TSYS front end. So, reach out to us if you have any questions or how we can help. But it sounds like most of you have the ability to do that with the 0.5. And just give me 1 second. I'm going to see if I have these questions over here. I think I'm getting questions. I just can't see them yet. There we go. Give me one moment. One quick question about the Connect application on the support. There's no fee for the 24/7 support. That's included in your monthly fees with Boomtown, the reseller channel. So there's no additional fees. And then also the 0.5 is available on Chase and Elevon. So I know that there might be some other resellers in this webinar, but the 0.5 is available on other. But again, in our reseller channel for Boomtown, most of you are on TSYS. Let us know if we can help there. And then the 0.5 sleeves, I just got a question on. They will be available. I believe they're available tomorrow. Doug, feel free to chime in here. But these sleeves they're being sent to the TPG Phoenix Group. I know earlier this week. They might even be available today, but I've heard that they're available tomorrow, just to kind of be safe.
Yeah, they were received yesterday and should be in inventory late today or tomorrow at the latest.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so let's just be safe and call tomorrow. I would reach out to the TPG Phoenix Group. If they're a big team, so if they don't, if someone in the front line doesn't know about a promotion or doesn't know about some information, just shoot me a note. I work very closely with their team, and so I'll get you the right contact on the sleeves. If they say they're out of hardware, it's typically not the case. We definitely want to keep them well stocked, and I'm working with Doug and his team on a daily basis to make sure that they have all the hardware they need from the P16 and the 0.5. But these extended batteries, again, will be available tomorrow. So definitely reach out and let us know if you have any questions. They'll have the pricing again for the 0.5 and for the accessories, additional hardware. And then on the zero pay side, so when you open up the zero pay application, you're going to see the 60 days free trial. We're going to keep this open until March. So definitely go, let your merchants, maybe the prospects you've been working on, the ones that you've been trying to sell, get them over the line. Obviously a great way to say, hey, we'll give you, 2 months free of the zero pay cash discount application. And we can go into some detail about how the cash discount application works again. But again, that's what the user experience will look like on the actual Poynt terminal. I believe they'll have to still put in their credit card, like any other kind of app store, but they can always cancel, and they can always, if it doesn't work out. Luckily, we haven't seen any merchants really cancel, which has been great. So the zero pay, again, big thank you to Kristen on this call today and their team. Really excited to have that promotion available as well. And one more update. Yeah, Krista, feel free to jump in and say hello.
Hi. Yeah, I was just going to go over high level. Yes, we did have an update to the receipt just this week. Definitely enhancement from the original rollout to clarify how the cash discount looks to the merchant when they see the actual receipt. You can see that there. But high level, it's a very simple app. I mean, it takes less than a minute from the time you download the app to go into set up the screen. You can set the service charge. You can either do service charge or per item fee or both if you want to. And once you set that up, as soon as you do that, when you go into the terminal on the Poynt side, it's automatically set up when you go and pick the payment type. It automatically flows through. And if you want to go back into the cash discount app and change the percentage or the per item, it automatically will change that when you go and pick the payment type. So it's very simple, very user friendly. Like I said, the first time I set it up, I had never used it before, and it took me less than like 3 minutes. And, like I said, very user friendly, very easy. I think anybody could do it. So very, very, very easy, but very.
Yeah, one thing I like about it is, I'm just going to say this, it's set and forget. So you guys built it, and I have a display of how it works again from our last webinar. But you guys have it, so you basically just set it up, and then you can forget it. You don't have to go and download another application or use another application. There is a manual process, so we'll go through that here in a moment. But I did get a lot of questions last week about the receipts, and so they've basically worked with actually the resellers directly, which just shows you how dedicated these developers are. Worked with the resellers directly on making sure that you guys had the ability to update the receipts the way that you need it to be as a reseller for the cash discount program. Give me 1 second. We're gonna get some questions in here. Krista, can you talk about residuals paid on ZeroPay, or how resellers have been working with residuals?
So as far as the residuals go, that would be on whatever processor they're working with, because
that's correct, right? So it's through the ISO, right? They want to be able to because the way I understand it from you, basically download the app, you go in there, you set your percentage. There is going to be reporting on what you've saved and what you've gotten back on the merchant. But for residuals, they're going to have to speak with their processor directly, with a reseller to basically make sure that those are paid out correctly, right?
Yeah. So what they need to do is they need to make sure that they're setting the merchant account up properly. So when they're setting the actual service charge up, so say they're setting the surcharge or the service charge up at like 4%, they need to make sure that they're charging the merchant the proper rate. So if anybody has questions on that directly, they can email me and I'll help walk them through how they need to set the merchant account up so they can work with their processor to do that, so that the merchant basically gets a zero bill at the end of the month, and they make decent residuals on that as well. So we can take those offline, but there's a little bit of a process to that to make sure that they get those set up properly.
Absolutely. And what we also did, I'll send out, I have a whole kit of sales material, how it works. I have like a one-pager example right here. And then we have some that you guys can actually put your logo on and brand on your own with the ZeroPay and Poynt logo. So a lot of great tools for you. And I'll make sure that, again, everybody on this call receives that. But it also has a promotion on there, for the 2 months free on the of ZeroPay. So feel free, I see some questions coming in. Feel free to keep asking questions. I want to go through the experience again of ZeroPay just so everyone understands it and how it's built into the payment fragment. But basically, again, we don't need to give another introduction of what ZeroPay is. It is the cash discount option on Poynt. When you download the application, you'll see the ZeroPay. You'll basically go in there and you'll set the fee. You're not going to use that application to do transactions. You're basically just, again, going to go in there and do the service charge and the per transaction fee. And then you'll see current, service charge saved this month. That's basically, again, they go in there and view later if you want to see those reports. But again, you're going to have to speak with your processor directly in regards to residuals and any reporting. The way it works is if I use the existing terminal application or the existing register application, again, the two applications that come preloaded on the Poynt terminal, when I do a sale, I just go to the tender option, and where it says credit in the middle in the third screen, I would push down and just do the cash discount, and then you'll see in step 5, you'll need to select the payment type, and it'll basically it'll give you kind of a mock image of what it would look like on the receipt if you did the cash discount, and then you can complete the transaction. So again, it's built into the payment fragment. You use the existing terminal and register application. The one thing I get questions about a lot is, can it be cash discount every time and not credit? We're working with the developers at Poynt to make that, so it's a kind of even more set and forget. It's not a manual process. You don't have to click cash discount each time. But for right now, that's the way that we've designed it. That way you can also opt out if the merchant is not doing, if the customer is not doing cash discount at the time of the sale. So just a a really easy way to get involved. And then will this work with debit transactions, Krista?
No, it does not. It does not differentiate at this point in time.
Okay, so it does not differentiate transactions. Again, you'll just push the cash discount if it was credit or debit card.
Right.
And obviously, and thanks for that question. We just got a good question. And then let me see if I got another question coming in here. Yes, so we'll email everybody the screenshots. Everything I've gone over today, I'll email the recording. I will email the screenshots. I'll email everything that you basically need, along with a whole sales kit and some marketing material around the cash discount app and the Poynt 5. And so even if you're not on this webinar and you're registered on our email list in the Boomtown reseller channel, you'll get access to all of that. And then I've also, Chris, I put your information here so they can reach out to you directly if they have any more questions about the zero pay cash discount application. But just want to make sure that everybody had that. You'll get this deck and you'll get all the information that you need. Need help, sales support, operations support, merchant support. Again, that Connect application, they're not paying anything more to text help. Connect application, it's always something that I would train every merchant to use and have in their back pocket, just in case they need immediate support. If you have questions on any of that, pointsales@goboomtown.com will reach me or joey@goboomtown.com. And feel free to reach out to us if you have any additional questions. Those promotions, again, the Poynt 5, $20 off each terminal is available at TPG Phoenix Group today. The sleeves, the extended battery, and the printer sleeve for the Poynt 5, those will be available at TPG Phoenix Group tomorrow. So let's say by end of day. And then the zero pay cash discount application, two months free. That's available. Just basically go on the terminal, go to zero pay. You'll see the option for 60 days free, and you can use that immediately. So definitely reach out. Let me just see if I have any more questions here. And then this is going to be, sorry, go ahead, Doug.
Hey, Joey, while you're looking at the questions, I just want to kind of reiterate that there's really nothing that the sales rep needs to do in order to get that rebate. It's an instant rebate. So whatever P5 Wi-Fi units that they order, the $20 rebate gets automatically kind of applied. So there's nothing special or anything really that they need to do from that perspective. They order it, the $25 instant rebate automatically gets applied.
Okay, awesome. And I did get another question if the zero pay application works with any other applications. It works with the terminal, the register, any of the native Poynt apps. We'll work to make it, does it work with Manglement? I'll work with their team because now that it's built into the payment fragment, I'll see if we can connect developers and let us know what applications you'd want that tender option to be available in. It might be hard with third parties, but again, it's always great to bring those, it's like groups like Manglement are selling a lot of that, the people are selling a lot of Manglement, which is the salon spa software. So let's make sure that, we're kind of introducing everybody and getting us all on the same channel. I know that this is big for you guys. I know that you sell a lot of cash discount. This is a Clover killer. I mean, this truly is the Poynt 5. This is going to replace a lot of the Clovers out there. You have the ability to board on TSYS and WorldPay for Poynt. Again, TSYS right now for the Poynt 5. I know that you guys prefer that over First Data most of the time because of their ISO fees, and they just, they don't really work very well with ISOs. So this is going to be a great tool for you guys. Again, Doug joined today. Krista did as well because we want you to be successful. So reach out to me if you need to get help. If you just don't feel like you're getting what you need compared to other terminals and other channels, we're dedicated to making sure this is a good experience for you guys. We're getting a lot of sales. I mean, we really are. I mean, sales are going up by each reseller. It's pretty incredible. So we want to make sure that you're part of that movement and you're part of that momentum. So again, thank you all for joining today. Again, I wanted to keep it under 30 minutes like always. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out. I did get a question on if you can lease the terminals. You can lease the terminals if you go through eThor. Again, talk with eThor directly. They'll give you information on how they can set your merchant up with the legacy integration, and they'll do lease or hardware purchases from you. Again, just go with them directly. But any other questions, pointsales@goboomtown.com. Thanks everybody for the time today and look forward to selling more Poynt.
Thanks, Joey. Good job.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody.